Hi everybody. So I'd like to welcome here on stage Victor Krishyanson. He's the founder of Cofeco. That's the way you pronounce it. Good to have you here, mate.
Here.
So it's quite interesting. We were just recently talking about, a big supermarket chain, right? Remy, which is a big brand. And now today we're going to talk about another big brand here in the region, which is Circle K.
That's right.
That you've been collaborating with.
Yep.
But before we go there, I mean, did anybody have coffee this morning?
What have you done with this?
Yeah, you're still having coffee, right? So what happens after you drink coffee? That's what we're going to talk about. So maybe you can talk a little bit about coffee grind, and how much waste that actually produces.
Yeah, so hi, I'm Victor, I'm the CEO of the Cofeco, and we actually trying to recycle the coffee waste that's generated by the people. And basically, I would say that there are more than 30,000 kilos of the coffee waste generated each year. It's like a huge amount. And we are trying to solve this step by step. So first of all, I would like to mention that before we started everything, I personally even didn't know that coffee waste generated by the cafeterias, by the gas stations, everything goes to the landfills.
By Remy? Are you still here, Ludovicus?
Yeah, actually.
Remy has a big coffee stand as
well,
right?
Hearing us, yeah, I also have this, but not that.
Go meet him. I think
I
see your partnership looming. Go catch him.
Go right now. So basically, everything's occurred in the landfills, and this generates it like CO2 emissions, the carbon dioxide, also the methane, which is more than 80 times worse than CO2, and this is actually also the problem for our environment. It could be not that big as the metal or the concrete production, but it's also give it like certain emissions, and it's important to tackle each sector in order to decrease the emissions and trying to making something good with it, trying to recycle it or upcycle it.
Yeah, so just to understand the problem perfectly. So a barista makes me a coffee.
Yeah.
The coffee grind gets, I don't know, thrown in a bin, and then they put it in a landfill, and then it just emits a lot of methane. I mean, it's just basically like cows farting as well, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, cows farting are also emitting a lot of methane.
Yeah.
And climate change is partly due to methane. So this
That's
is actually, every time we drink coffee, we kill the planet, basically.
Actually, yes. So we really like to trigger the coffee lovers that you can make a difference, actually, all who drinks coffee.
Yeah.
Just think about it.
So, and how did you came to this idea of, recycling, upcycling coffee?
Yeah, so maybe it could sound as the cliche, but I've been sitting with the friends in the cafe, and basically due to our curiosity, we asked the question to each other. Okay, guys, just tell me what happens with this coffee, which just barista made to you. What happening with these residuals? I said, just okay. I think
nobody knows, right? Does anybody ever think about it before?
Nothing can happen with coffee waste. What the matter? We're starting to dig it, and we understood that there is emission from the coffee. Also, the coffee is a very rich nutrient product.
Yeah.
There's a lot of oils. It has these carbon carcasses.
Oils.
Yeah, oils. And this thing actually burns great. You can extract the oils from them, and you can use it in the polymer industry. You can mix it with the biopolymers and make some good stuff with it. So we can prolong all this waste generated in the landfill in different sustainable products and trying to eliminate the effect of it.
So and then you had this luminous idea of, okay, let's do something with coffee grind, and then what? How did it proceed?
I will tell you right how it happens. I called my acquaintance in the Riga Technical University. I told him, do you want to make some good things from coffee waste?
Yeah.
I just explained what happened. I just told him we found some companies. He started to do this in UK. He was say, yeah, wow. Like,
great idea. Eureka!
How it's happened? Okay, of course, let's try to do something. Then we're trying to make some first products, these combustion things, create the coffee briquettes and coffee fire starters, like to eliminate even to
So you mean the briquettes that you use for barbecue, right?
Yeah. Briquettes for like stoves, for fireplaces to generate heat. Yeah, and so it could be good, sustainable alternative to the wood briquettes. So we started
Because
from
of
this.
course, for wood you need to chop trees. Yes.
Yeah, cutting trees, so we can tackle this problem a little as well. And this is the very first product we have been developing in our laboratory in R2. And
So where's your laboratory?
R2, this Riga Technical University. So we have a cooperation with them. Our scientists.
So you're
them.
born and bred here, right?
Yeah, everything happens here in Riga.
It happens all
Great
here in
thing.
Riga.
Yeah, and great thing that we are like first in the Baltic states and Scandinavia who like created the startup which are doing something with coffee waste. It's also a good thing. And yeah, we started with the first product and started looking for the market to understand whether someone would like to do with the coffee waste, these coffee chains, the gas stations. In our example, the Circle K. We just
Yeah, so how did that happen? So you had this luminous idea, you start working at the Riga Technical University, you thought, okay, let's do briquettes and fire starters, and then, you know, all of a sudden, how do you end up from being, you know, really early stage startup, you know, mingling in the lab, and then
Still
all of a
early.
sudden, still early, right? But so how did you end up with Circle K?
yeah, so it's like logic thing to do for us. It seems so. We can create briquettes. Circle K sells briquettes. We just thought about maybe he could be our distributor of this stuff. We had my friend have been working there for several years. He arranged this meeting with the representative of Circle K, and it occurred that it is in their strategic plan. So for 2021, last year, to start to do something with coffee. To recycle it, to do the products, etc.
Another eureka moment, right?
Yeah,
It's just
all right. Hello, guys. We are here.
yeah.
You know, and it was how it happened. Actually, they've been very interested in our approach. They were interested, so we can do something with the coffee that has been generated in the coffee in the Circle K gas stations, and this is how we start our first corporation.
So just for everybody here, how big is Circle K in the region? I mean, I'm not from the region here, but
Yeah.
maybe some others aren't as well.
Quite multinational company which gas stations over the Europe. Also, this is like mother company of the Circle K is in the Canada, so quite wide presence on the market.
It's a big chain. I passed
Yep.
one over here. I was thinking about you. I even wanted to have my bowl directed there so I can get a coffee there. So help your product and maybe even see if I can find some briquettes. So then what, right? I mean, you're sitting there with Circle K, and then they're like, yeah, I mean, we want to do something with coffee grind as well. How do you take it a step further? You know, I mean, do you sign like a letter of intent, or how does it
Of
go
course.
formally?
You know, the crucial thing for each startup on this stage where we were and are to have some market proof, to sign some good paper as lawyer, letter of intention, to show others that this company, big company, they're interested in these solutions, they're ready to invest in this thing, they're ready to cooperate with you. It's really a lot for us as a small company, and we have this thing with Circle K, with other cafeterias as well, and I would say this crucial thing for us for next growth.
Yeah. So how far are you? How many locations can we find of briquets, or how many locations are you servicing for them?
Good thing that we're about to launch the very first product, these fire starters briquettes with the Circle K. We hope it will be in the end of April, but probably it will be May.
On time for the barbecue season here?
Yes, exactly. We also have here a very traditional festival, Ligo. It's like when we have a fire beer. It's 2 days of fun, so maybe
What day of the year is that?
21st of June.
Got it.
It's like we have 4 days off.
Yeah. So this is going to be a huge marketing moment for you as well?
Yeah, we will be there with marketing campaign with Circle K.
Okay.
Definitely.
Yeah, so TV, radio, everything, or?
We will see. I don't know. We will tackle some like specific marketing channels.
Okay, so we'll see that around. So you know what everybody's always talking about. You know, these corporates working on sustainability, upcycling, a full circular system for their products so that they have zero waste. I mean, in that particular instance, do you feel like, these kind of companies, is it greenwashing for them, or do you see now finally that they put this in their strategic agenda like Circle K is doing?
Actually, I will say they have to do this. Most of the companies should do this thing according to their CSR policy, and this is just how they look in front of their customers. It's very important for everyone, and for the gas stations especially, because we sell oil, like petrol for cars, so we have to do something else to create more sustainable picture of us. Yes, we should use the oil because it's how currently our energy sector works. We're shifting towards more sustainable solutions. Nevertheless, they're like different multiple directions how you can become sustainable. You can cut the energy costs to make more efficient use of electricity, move to electricity to drive the car on electricity. You can use more sustainable products, etc. So one of the things we are doing with them, and which is important for them, that's all this waste generated with the coffee. They do not waste it. So let's not waste what is not waste. Let's recycle it. And it's a good thing for them.
So, I mean, coffee grind, of course, emits a lot of methane. You need to store it. I'm a bit of a home barista myself. So if you keep your coffee grind somewhere in a bin, right, after a few days it becomes really moldy.
Yep.
I mean, I can understand that must be a huge issue for you as well. I mean, if the coffee grind is too old, it will already emit methane, it will go moldy. How do you fix that issue?
We can tackle this issue definitely. So we can use the low temperature rooms to store it, and we can use some disinfection like the ethanol to reduce this molding part, so it keeps longer in good condition for us.
Yeah. So, but doesn't that just trigger or generate a second problem? Because then, of course, if you have to cool it, that of course requires energy or electricity, and ethanol is also, of course, I mean, it's not a pollutant.
Like we're trying to use the things that already are there. We do not want to create the cold rooms, etc. So Circle K already have some cold rooms. We can store it something there. Disinfection is not a big problem. We can use it to like really small amount to disinfect it, and it's okay for us because we just need some few days, from 3 to 5 days, to collect the coffee grounds, and then we put it directly into the process of recycling.
Yeah, so you want to make sure that if you're creating a circular environment where you're upcycling stuff, right, that you don't actually create an extra problem.
Yeah, this is very important thing because each company is trying to do something sustainable. They should think about how to not create more problem when you're solving this problem. It's very hard thing. Yeah. And when you're trying to solve it, here comes the extra price you pay. Your product will become more expensive. And this is the green premium for all sustainable products you should pay.
I can imagine. So, I mean, coffee grind, I mean, still, I'm still a little bit shell-shocked that you can do something with it. I saw something in the Netherlands where they would do stuff with orange peel, for instance, that they would, actually use it to reforest things because orange peels are so rich of nutrients. I mean, can we do something similar with coffee as well? Are there other applications that we can use to upcycle it?
Yeah, so actually, we as Cofeco, we see ourselves as we're developing the complex recycling plant where we can create these combustion products, where we can extract oils from the coffee waste, which can be used in the cosmetics industry, in the food industry, as a flavor additives. And we can...
flavor additives?
Yeah, for food.
So old coffee will be...
Yeah. When you make an espresso, there is a lot of oils left in the grounds.
Yeah.
We can take all of these oils from them, these residuals, and use in other industries. So like sustainable raw material for other companies. And the next thing we can create with the coffee waste is to create the tableware from the coffee waste. Or
tableware?
Things. Yeah, like forks, knives, cups.
So like the
reusable cups.
biodegradable
Yeah,
forks
yeah,
and knives,
yeah.
right? And takeaways.
This is the thing we are currently
And they can
also
use that
studying.
again in the Circle K station because they probably have
Yes.
cutlery there as
Everyone
well, right?
can use it. Cafes,
The cafes,
so
yeah.
the hotels, like all this HoReCa industry, like is our like customers and partners at the same time.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, you create really a full circle. So I don't know if it was you, but somebody yesterday, no, it wasn't you, somebody else mentioned that there's actually a company here from the region as well that is using, I think it was coffee waste, to actually create shoes.
Yeah, we know them. They're creating the soul from this coffee waste.
Cool.
Good
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
There is like plenty of room for everyone to do something with all this waste.
Yeah.
As the previous speakers told us, really, food industry, it's a very big industry.
Yeah, I still hope that Ludovicus from Rimi is still here. We should definitely hook up with him later. But we'll find him. We'll find him. If anybody knows him, just make an introduction, please. So where you are at a stage as a startup, I mean, I know that for sustainable startups, it's usually quite hard to raise funding.
Yeah.
I mean, nowadays, more and more VCs, and especially early stage VCs, are moving into impact, and especially governments as well. Did you already raise outside funding, and what's your trajectory looking like?
Currently, we've been using the state funding, our local one, to help us. We've also been applied.
Like a grant?
Like grants, yeah. Like
Yeah.
co-financing. So for today, it's approximately 70K.
Okay.
For this thing, also own funds, and also been applied and successfully undergoing the acceleration programs in the accelerators here
Which
in
one?
Latvia, and reactor commercialization reactor in Latvia, and Beamline in Estonia. Here's the representative of the Beamline also.
Pull up your hand, Beamline. Who is Beamline?
He's without the phones. This guy, Erki. Yeah, I just talking about the Beamline. There he is. So yeah. And
Good to have you, but he's already networking again.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's always the same with these people, right? I mean, yeah.
So we're doing this thing, and we will try to raise funds this summer for our like further scale up.
Yeah.
Already.
So how much are you raising?
450.
Okay, so that's a decent amount for let's say an angel seed round, or maybe
Like
pre-seed.
Pre-seed kind of, yeah.
Pre-seed, yeah. Well, let's be ambitious here. I mean, I just was in a talk with the State of European Tech, where Joram from D-Room was mentioning actually that this region is highly overrepresented in terms of VC funding relative to the location. Do you find that there's a good VC environment here, especially for sustainable startups?
I would say yes. If we take the Baltics,
Yeah.
I would say that great things are happening here right now. So I'm very grateful for the local environment. So they are trying to invest into the startups, trying to find funds and invest in the project to support them. Also very happy about the Estonia as well. It's a very great country, and they're doing a lot for young companies, the startups, so they can try and test the ideas and make some great things.
So, and where do you see your future? I mean, you're a company, of course, in the Baltics, and it is. I mean, you have big business here, but relatively, it's in Europe, it's quite small.
Yeah.
Do you see a future for yourself here in the Baltics, or maybe expand to either the Nordics or more move into Western Europe,
Yeah, so
where maybe the real money is at?
but the
I don't
real
know.
money are everywhere.
Everywhere, right?
Anyway, it depends on your appetite. So
Yeah.
we
No,
are
but the Green Deal is happening in Europe right now, so I mean,
Yeah.
this is the moment for you, right?
This is really good thing to start with Baltic states, because they're known here doing the things we are doing, and we are trying to test the market with Circle K here in Latvia, then gradually moving to the Lithuania and Estonia, and our goal is to reach the Scandinavian market, because like those people are more advanced than us in terms of the environment.
Yeah.
It's like the reality is, and this is where like the best market for us will be right now. But we really like to nurture together with the Circle K and other companies the local environments to promote these things.
I mean, if this works, you have this huge example of a large chain brand where you can
Actually,
hit this off, right?
really, just for companies, for single startups to promote and to present their eco products, it's a very difficult thing.
Yeah.
You should educate the customer that this is good, but there's a lot of cheaper alternative to that, so why I should buy it?
Yeah.
And this is good to have strong partners with you who can promote and eliminate the cheaper alternative and promote the more expensive one.
Maybe they can incentivize it. You get a free coffee with your briquettes.
Kind of, yes. So it should be a cooperation actually with the companies, have a wide presence, have this power to move products further.
Yeah.
So it's important for all sustainable startups to have a good partner. That's my opinion.
Yeah. So just final question, just to sum this up. Where do you see Cofeco in the near future? Will you still be here in the Baltics? Will you have maybe an office in, I don't know, Stockholm in the Nordics? Or will you be, in London being this huge sustainable startup? What's the future for you?
I think that office will be in Estonia, Tallinn, and our presence will be in the Baltic states and Scandinavia, definitely in the upcoming 3 years.
It sounds like you have a bright future ahead.
I hope so.
Yeah, and I still, if I have a chance, I just want to get a Circle K coffee just so that I know that it will be put to good use. And I drink a lot of coffee, so that's easy for me.
Me too. There's a problem.
There's no problem there. So we will drink some coffee together at the gas station. Thank you so much, Victor Krishyanson from Koffeco.
Thank you.